Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss some questions related with general motion in straight line. So this is the first question. A particle has an acceleration of 60 minus 30 meter per second square. Initially the particle is at O with a velocity of 72 meter per second. A. Find the minimum velocity of the particle. So as we know that minimum or maximum velocity is reached when the first derivative of the velocity or acceleration is equal to 0. So just equate the expression for acceleration, which is 60 minus 30 with 0, in order to find the value of the time. So here the time is 5 seconds. And then to find an expression for velocity, we can do integration of the acceleration. The integration of 60 minus 30 is 3t squared minus 30t plus c. And then to find the value of c, we know that initially the particle moved with velocity 72 meter per second. So we can use this information to find the value of c. Just replace the v with 72 and the time with 0, and we can find that c is equal to 72. And then after that, we can input the value of t equals 5 seconds in this equation to find the minimum velocity. So the minimum velocity of the particle is negative 3 meter per second square. This is the minimum velocity. And then for part B, when is the particle at instantaneous rest? So instantaneous rest means that the velocity is 0. Since we know the expression for velocity already, just replace v with 0, and then solve this quadratic equation. We can find two values of t. So the particle is at instantaneous rest when t equals 4 seconds and t is equal to 6 seconds. And then for part C, find the total distance traveled during the first 10 seconds. So I think we need to sketch the graph first from 0 until 10. So this is the graph of velocity versus time, and we know that there are two instances at which the velocity is 0, t equals 4 and t equals 6. And then to find the total distance, we can find the value of S1, S2 and S3 by finding the area under the curve using integration. So S1 is the integration from 0 to 4 of the velocity, 3t squared minus 30t plus 72 dt. The integration is this one, and then substitute the upper and lower limit, and we can find that S1 is 112 meters. And then for S2, do the same integration, but the lower limit will be 4 and the upper limit is 6, and we can find that S2 is negative 4 meters. It is obvious because this part of the graph is below the horizontal axis. That's why the area is negative. And then for S3, do the same integration with lower limit 6 and upper limit 10. And we can find that the value is 112 meters. So the total distance traveled, remember total distance traveled always positive. So even though here we get negative value, we make it into positive. So the total distance traveled will be 112 plus 4 plus 112 meters. The total is 228 meters. This is the second question. A particle has an acceleration of 9 minus 2t meter per second square. Initially, the particle is at rest at the origin. Find the distance traveled by the particle. A, during the first 2 seconds. So students, first we need to find the expression for velocity by integrating the expression for acceleration. The velocity will be 90 minus t squared plus c. And then the question says that initially the particle is at rest. We can find the value of c using that information. The c is equal to 0. So the expression for the velocity is 90 minus t squared. And then before we answer all the questions here, I think it is a good thing that we sketch the graph of the velocity versus time. So as you can see here, there are 2 different times at which the velocity is 0. The first one when t equals 0, and the second one when t is equal to 9. You can check this one. You can check. You can find the value of t equals 9 by factorizing this quadratic expression. And then part A. Find the total distance traveled during the first 2 seconds. The time interval during the first 2 seconds is from 0 until 2 seconds. So we are to find this area for part A. We can find the area using integration. The integral is applied from 0 until 2 of 90 minus t squared dt. And then this is the integration. Substitute the value of the boundaries in here, and we can find that the distance traveled during the first 2 seconds is 62 over 3 meters. And then for part B, the total distance traveled by the particle during the 5th second. The time interval for the 5th second is from t equals 4 until t equals 5. So we have to find the area of this region. So do the same thing, do the same integration, but now the lower boundary and upper become 4 until 5. The integration you do from 4 to 5. And we can find that the area of this region is 121 over 3 meter, which is the same as the total distance traveled. So from 4 to 5. And then the last part of the question, during the 9th and 10th seconds, the time interval during the 9 and 10 is 8 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 10 seconds. So this one from 8 until 10, this region here. But if you do integration directly from 8 until 10, you will not find the total distance traveled, because if you do like that, the area below the horizontal axis will be counted as negative. So instead of finding distance traveled, if you do the integration straight from 8 to 10, you will find displacement, not distance traveled. So to find distance traveled, you need to split the integration. The first one is the integration from 8 to 10, and the second one from 8 to 9. The first integration is from 8 to 9. The answer will be 25/6 meters. And then the second integration from 9 to 10, and the result is negative 29/6. The negative sign here show the direction, yeah. But remember, distance traveled always positive, it has no direction, so the total distance will be 25/6 plus 29/6, and the answer is 9 meters. So students, this is the last question in this video. A particle P moves in a straight line such that after t seconds its acceleration a meter per second squared is given by this formula. So there are two different formula for two different time interval. Initially, the particle is at the origin, traveling at a constant velocity of 2 meters per second. A, find the speed of the particle when t equals 3. So when t equals 3, we use this formula for the acceleration. Acceleration is equal to half t plus 3. And then for v, we integrate the acceleration. The integration of the acceleration is 1/4 t squared plus 3t plus c1. To find c1, we can use the initial condition that initially the particle move with velocity 2 meters per second. So using that condition, we can find that C1 is equal to 2. So V is equal to 1/4 t squared plus 3t plus 2. And then the answer will be 53/4 meters per second. And then find also the speed of the particle when t equals 5. T equals 5 is in this time interval, so we use this formula for the acceleration. 320 t to the power of -3, and then we integrate to find velocity. So the velocity is -160 t to the power of -2 plus c2. And then how to find the value of c2? To find c2, we can use continuity condition that we have t equals 4 as the boundary between the first and the second formula. And using the continuity principle, when t equals 4, the value of the velocity using the first formula must be the same as when we use the second formula. Remember, only for t equals 4. For other value of t, of course, the value will be different. So when t equals 4, 1/4 times 4 squared plus 3 times 4 plus 2 is equal to this one, negative 160/4 squared plus C2. So solving that equation, we can find that C2 is equal to 28. So the complete formula for the velocity for the second time interval is V equals negative 160 t to the power of negative 2 plus 28. And then substitute the value of t equals 5 into this formula. And finally, we can find that when t equals 5, V is equal to 21.6 meter per second. And then for part B, find total distance traveled during the 8 seconds. So since we have two formula, we do the integration twice. One for the first time interval from 0 to 4. And the formula is this one. We integrate that one to find the area under the graph, which is the same as the distance traveled. So S1 will be 112/3 meters. And then for S2, from 4 to 8, we are using the second formula. This one, we have to integrate this one, the second formula. The integration is this one, and then substitute the value of the upper and the lower limit into this. And finally, we can find that S2 is equal to 92 meters. So the total distance traveled is 129.3 meters. As additional information, if you try to sketch the graph of V from 0 until 8, all parts of the graph will be above the horizontal axis. It means that the particle never change direction. It means that if you are asked to find the total displacement, the answer will be the same as the total distance traveled, which is 129.3 meters. So the total displacement and the total distance traveled, the value are the same in this case, yeah, because the object never change direction. Okay, students, I think that's it for this video. I hope this video can help you to understand the concept about general motion in straight line. Thank you for your attention, and see you again in our next video.